What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Series 48 Erick Rowan. Now here we do have Erick Rowan in the box. You can see he does come with two different lambs, or sheep masks, lamb masks, whatever you want to call them. And then we get the figure in the box. You can see he is part of the SmackDown Live brand. We have an image of Rowan on this side, same image on this side, and then on the back, second image of Erick Rowan does give his stats. He is 6'8", weighs 315 pounds, from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ring attire is from June 2016. Signature move, the way. Correct me if I'm wrong, the way is the Wyatt 3D, so it's not technically his move, it's him and Luke Harper's. I might be wrong. But anyway, career highlights, Slammy Award recipient and NXT Tag Team Champion. Other figures of this line do include Dean Ambrose, Kalisto, Dolph Ziggler, Cactus Jack, and the Boogeyman. So really happy I have Erick Rowan here. What we're going to do is take a little break, get him open up, and then we'll go on to the rest of his review. So sit tight, everyone. And here we have Erick Rowan posing out of the packaging. Before we get on to the figure, let's actually show off his first accessory, being this display stand, which, again, I really do like the display stand, really hate the backdrop. This is just going to go in a spare parts bin. This I'm actually going to use because this actually does look like a nice stand. You can actually display multiple of these stands together, so I do like that. And then he does, I think his foot is a little too big for it, but no, he does stand on it pretty well. So getting that off camera. So again, have a look at the figure. Really liking this figure so far. I do like the fact that we get an updated attire for Erick Rowan. It is a welcomed addition to my collection. He does come with two accessories, the first being his sheep mask, or lamb mask, whatever you want to call it. Which I really do like this sheep mask. If you can call back to my original Erick Rowan review, he did come with the sheep mask before, but you can see there is an obvious difference. This one is like really yellow compared to this one. This one's like a really, it's not really white, it's kind of like a grayish white, while this one's like a really beige almond color. Really like this one a little more. This one does have the added paint applications of the slits in the eyes, where this one doesn't. But besides this mask, we also do get his new sheep mask, which I prefer on the figure. I will say this, that it is lacking some detail. Like, it from a distance you really can't tell. It has all this nice little intricate details like cracks and wear and tear in the mask, which I'm actually going to go back and maybe have a wash effect over this, because it's going to bring out the details that they have. You can see cracks right here and right here under this eye. There's a little slit right here in the ear. It is a little unfortunate that it is really flat with no real paint apps. But both of them do fit on his face. You can see that one actually looks really nice. And then this one was originally sculpted for him, so there's no reason why it doesn't fit his face anyway. The way I'm probably going to have this one displayed is with this sheep mask, because, you know, it is an updated one. Hopefully we get more of these sheep masks for Erick Rowan. The one I really want to see is the one with the horns. Hopefully we get the sheep mask with the ram horns, or maybe even the gas mask styled sheep. But let's actually bring out the previous Elite Rowan so we can have a quick comparison. And with both Erick Rowans out of the packaging, you can see exactly what you're getting is basically the same figure. The only thing different is that this one is in molded black. This one is in this gray, brownish gray, green, almost olive brown. Well, this one does have these little nice additions. I kind of wish these were sculpted on, would have made it feel a little better. This one does have the broken sheep with a Fear Me underneath it. But always like updated figures, and you can see this one does have the wrist tape painted on, where this one does not. Again, really liking this updated figure, so let's go on to some detail for Erick Rowan. Moving the camera up. As you would imagine, he has the exact same issues that the previous Owen had, with the hair coming down to the chest, so he really doesn't get that much movement in the head, but we'll get on to that when we show off his articulation. Again, really nice detail with the jumpsuit. It is molded black, excuse me. And I really like the detail on the broken sheep mask. That looks so cool. Really loving the Fear Me text. And then you can see the zipper right here. And then the little... These should be sculpted on, honestly. He still has pockets right here. And then right here on his pants. Right down below at his ankles, or his calves. Still a nice looking figure, and again, always love updated figures that get added to my collection, so really liking this Erick Rowan. So let's move on to his articulation. He does have a ball jointed head. He can look up and bring his head back to neutral. He can't look down side to side. That's about as far as his head is going to go. He does have a little bit of side to side when you tilt his head up, so that's pretty decent. Not the greatest, but it is there. Arms on a ball hinge, they do go out. And then because this is a hard plastic, when you rotate his arms, they do go off at an angle like that. So he can't have his arms straight forward or straight up. They're always going to be at that angle, which is unfortunate. He does have a bicep swivel, single jointed in the elbow, spins and bends at the wrist. He does have an ab crunch, which works really well going back. Not the greatest forward. Does have a waist swivel. Leg goes forward to about there. Goes back about that far. Out that far. We get a swivel in the thigh, but it does push the leg out every time you use that swivel, so there is that. He is double jointed in the knee, so that's pretty good. He has a ball joint in the ankle, which does move forward and back, but not a lot. We do get a really good rocker ankle, as well as some side-to-side movement on that ball joint. So you can see there's the rocker ankle, and then there's the side-to-side movement on that ball joint. So really good articulation in the ankles. A little less than what you'd expect, but it is all there. Just the sculpt hinders a lot of his movement. But what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, that will wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Erick Rowan posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like the way this figure came out. Kind of wish that they had sculpted some of the detail we see on him. All these patches should be sculpted on. On top of that, I kind of wish that they had worked on this sculpt a little just to give him better articulation. The only way to actually give him better articulation here is to take a Dremel and then drill or remove some of this excess plastic. Same thing at the bottom right here, because he has all the articulation, it is just hindered. So if you want to customize it, you can. I actually found this guy at Walmart, and Walmart is starting to have Elite 48 and 47Bs, which I haven't seen in stores yet, but when I do, I'll definitely pick them up. With that being said, guys, I hope you'd like this review. Let me know down in the comments what you think of Erick Rowan. Do you think he's a pickup? Do you think he's a pass? Let me know down in the comments. As always, go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews. All my WWE Elite figures are also up, so go ahead and check those out too. And if there's a figure you guys would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments. And as always, if there's a spot for it in my collection, I will definitely pick it up. And until next time, I'm KingofDragons 5000, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone. My dream.